Diddy's legal team is aggressively fighting to delay his federal trial after 3 new alleged victims were recently added to the case. Disturbing allegations have surfaced, suggesting that Diddy may have been involved in the sexual abuse of young child stars such as Aaron Carter and Justin Bieber, dating back to when they were merely 12 years old. In a new and tragic twist, Aaron Carter's mother is seeking to have his case reopened, believing that new evidence has emerged which proves that her son's death was not just a tragic accident, but something far more sinister. Serious questions about Aaron Carter's death remain unanswered. For instance, if Aaron truly drowned in his bathtub as reported, why was there no water found in his lungs during the autopsy? Why was Aaron, in the final days of his life, telling close friends and fans that he was not suicidal?
Aaron Carter's mom has made a pretty remarkable decision. She has decided she wants the world to see the death scene, where the bathroom where Aaron was found dead. And the reason for this is she is calling out the police and feels like they did not do a proper investigation here, because she is certainly insinuating that there may have been foul play involved in Aaron Carter's death.
Oh, well, the first day, I got a call. The first thing, I got a call from my daughter, Angel, and she said that Aaron was found in the pool. So then I found out later that he was found in a tub, and the stories just kind of kept changing.
From the very beginning, the timeline and details regarding Aaron's death have been inconsistent. When Aaron's mother first received word of his passing, she was initially told that Aaron had been found floating in the pool. Later, the story shifted, claiming he was discovered in the bathtub. As the days went on, additional discrepancies arose, and the narrative surrounding Aaron's death became increasingly murky.
There's a bunch of videos that have recently resurfaced because of all these speculations and allegations about Diddy possibly being involved with Aaron Carter's passing. And one of the craziest, most damning pieces of evidence, in my opinion, is the fact that Aaron released this TikTok video literally 2 days prior to him disappearing and being gone, unalived forever.
A silence breaker for my brother, who is a rapist, and now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. And Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to me off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this, and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I wanted to hang myself. So please trust what I'm saying.
Aaron Carter was despicable, though, because he begged for help to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not suicidal. And no one said anything.
Aaron made it crystal clear in his final messages that he was not suicidal. He warned that if anything happened to him, it would not be by his own hand. Yet despite these alarming declarations, Aaron was found dead in a manner quickly labeled an accidental overdose, and his desperate cries for help went largely unheeded. One particularly suspicious detail stands out: Aaron's phone, which he was never known to be without, was not found near his body.
The fact that Aaron's phone was actually found in his car in the driveway. Aaron was known to always have his phone on him. He was always on his phone. He was never not on it. He was always posting online, listening to music, talking to people, texting. There was never a moment that Aaron was seen without his phone. So when his phone was found in his car in the driveway, far away from his body where he was found, and he was going to take a bath too. If I'm going to take a bath, I always bring my phone in there because I'm probably watching videos or listening to music or something. Just very strange that a guy who always had his phone on him did not have his phone on him or even near him when he passed. Now, Aaron was not examined by the same medical examiner, Ed Winter, that all the other celebrities were. Ed actually passed away, like I mentioned, but it was the same coroner's office, the same medical examiner's office performing the autopsy. So the likelihood that if Diddy controlled somebody in that area, or if Diddy has any sort of hold on the medical examiner's office or the police of LA County, then it's very likely that that reach did not just extend to one person. It is likely over the entire department, the entire system that they have in place out there.
Following developing news tonight in Lancaster, where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life. Chris Wolf is live for us in Lancaster. He's got more on this. Chris?
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man. It's the tragic death of a young performer, and now family, friends, and fans around the world are suffering.
Though Winter had previously handled many significant cases, Aaron's autopsy was conducted by the General Office staff after Winter's passing. This has fueled speculation that someone with influence could have manipulated the handling of Aaron's death investigation. News reports at the time highlighted Aaron's personal struggles, portraying him as a troubled but gentle soul who had battled addiction and mental health challenges. However, when examining Aaron's life more closely, a disturbing pattern begins to emerge, one that involves his early connections to some of the most powerful figures in the entertainment world, including Diddy. Aaron Carter achieved remarkable fame at an incredibly young age. Before he turned 10 years old, he had already sold millions of albums worldwide. But many argue that it was after Aaron came into Diddy's orbit that his life began to unravel. Unfortunately, Aaron's experience is not unique. Several child stars have faced similar fates after being exposed to the darker side of the entertainment industry. At age 15, Aaron had signed with Jive Records, which operated under the larger umbrella of Sony Music, the same parent company, that also oversaw Bad Boy Entertainment, Diddy's famous record label. This placed young Aaron squarely within the same network as Diddy and others with significant power and influence. Aaron would later come forward with shocking revelations about his own childhood abuse. He disclosed that he had been sexually abused, not only by people within the industry, but also by his own family. Tragically, Aaron revealed that his sister, Leslie Carter, had abused him when he was just a child. He further alleged that he had been victimized by backup dancers when he was only 8 years old, and that he suffered long-term abuse from his older brother, Nick Carter. These traumatic experiences left Aaron emotionally scarred. Like many other victims of childhood abuse, he turned to drugs as a means of coping with the pain. Unfortunately, this cycle of abuse, addiction, and exploitation is all too common in Hollywood, particularly among young stars. Despite all of Aaron's alarming claims about the threats against his life and the abuse he endured, his death was quickly ruled an accidental overdose. His mother, however, remains adamant that something more sinister occurred. She insists that the authorities rushed to judgment because of Aaron's troubled history and never treated his death as a potential crime scene. The photographs that Aaron's mother released from the scene of his death only add to the suspicions. Some images show towels perfectly arranged on the bathroom floor, while others depict green water in the bathtub and what appears to be human waste smeared across the floor. Forensic experts have pointed out that it's possible Aaron's death scene was staged to make it appear as though he had overdosed. Adding yet another layer to this dark story is the involvement of Harley Pasternak, a celebrity trainer who had worked with Aaron. Kanye West has made public accusations against Pasternak, claiming he operates as a handler in Hollywood. Kanye alleged that Pasternak not only managed celebrities, but also had the power to manipulate and control them, even suggesting he was involved in covering up or staging deaths. Pasternak was also the trainer who worked with Kanye during his public breakdown, which only heightens the suspicions about his role in Aaron's case. The broader issue, however, is not just about individuals. Hollywood has long been accused of fostering an environment where abuse and exploitation thrive. Actor Tom Hanks once stated that Harvey Weinstein was merely the tip of the iceberg, and that similar behavior runs rampant throughout the entertainment industry. Many young stars, like Aaron Carter, Justin Bieber, and others, enter the entertainment world full of hope and talent, only to be chewed up and discarded by a predatory system. Even now, despite overwhelming evidence against powerful figures like Diddy, the wheels of justice turn slowly, and accountability remains elusive. Currently, Diddy's defense team is fighting to exclude critical video footage from his upcoming trial. This footage allegedly shows Diddy physically assaulting Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend. Diddy's attorneys argue that the video is misleading, claiming it was heavily edited and manipulated. However, CNN, which aired the footage, insists they did not alter it, and that the original, unedited version still exists. Prosecutors argue that the footage is crucial because it demonstrates Diddy's violent tendencies and supports the testimonies of his alleged victims. Though Diddy's team tried to delay the trial, a judge recently denied the request, and jury selection is scheduled to begin as planned. Victims will be allowed to testify under pseudonyms for their protection, though Cassie Ventura is expected to testify under her real name. Cassie had previously filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy, which was quickly settled out of court. In addition to Cassie's case, new lawsuits are surfacing. Recently, Joseph Manzaro filed a civil complaint alleging that he was drugged and sexually assaulted at a party allegedly attended by celebrities such as Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and LeBron James. Manzaro's allegations are chilling, involving claims of being forcibly paraded at a party while wearing a humiliating costume. As the truth continues to surface, it's clear that this case is much larger than just one man's fall from grace. It's about exposing a deeply ingrained culture of abuse and exploitation that has been allowed to thrive unchecked for far too long. Justice for Aaron Carter and for all those who have suffered in silence is long overdue. And while Diddy's lawyers scramble to protect him, survivors are bravely stepping forward, refusing to be silenced any longer. This story is far from over. Stay tuned as more victims come forward, more evidence is revealed, and the entertainment industry's darkest secrets are finally dragged into the light.